I love your story because you were actually a New Age witch for 30 years, almost 30 years,
Yeah,
I think you said. So you
yeah.
have some amazing insider information on the devil's kingdom, his deception, and yeah, you just have a powerful message. And I guess you would call it an exhortation for people who are living that lifestyle to step away from that. So I think I found you from a TikTok of you were running with a Bible
Yeah.
and you were, I think it said, me running to tell my witch friends about Jesus, or when my witch friends tell me they're finally ready to hear about Jesus. So I love that so much.
Yeah.
I feel like a great question to sort of start on is like, what led you into the New Age?
So the thing is with the devil is he's always looking for a way in, and he's going to be using whatever he can, whether it be a trauma, whether it be an individual, whether it be a TV show, whether it be what you're eating. I mean, he has learned to weaponize everything that God has created for the good. So,
Yeah.
what I mean, it was kind of like a accumulation of multiple things that happened within a very short time frame in my life. So, when I was 8, I was in a severe car accident and lost consciousness. And during that time, my mom had also gotten remarried.
Mm.
Um, had a baby, a male babysitter expose himself to us, me and my little sister. So the devil had gotten in very easily through using all these things. And then after that, I had realized that I had become hypersexualized, like everything, whether some people don't believe in a succubus or incubus, but I
Oh,
did have one attached to me for up until this last year.
wow.
Yeah. So, he looks for all these things to get in. And we grew up going to church, but we didn't have a church home. What was behind closed doors wasn't a church home. And I remember watching The Craft as a kid.
Mhm.
And this is what really, really brought me in because I saw that I could have a little bit of control.
Yeah.
And when you are a child growing up in a abusive home, all you want is a little bit of control.
Yeah.
And I remember watching The Craft and thinking to myself, that's what I'm going to do. This
Mm.
is how I'm going to get control.
Mm.
And I would even just be in church, like just trying to like totally say the opposite of what, like, I would be in there saying like, I invoke this, I invoke that, or, and it was all, and I didn't know what I was doing because I was a child.
Yeah.
I'm just going off of what I'm watching on TV, what's being exposed to me. And it just continued and continued and continued to grow from
Mhm.
there. And by the time I was in ninth grade, I had orchestrated my own book of shadows. I had recruited
Oh,
other girls that were practicing. And, by that time, our home had just become just a house full of abuse.
yeah.
And and it just kept growing and growing and growing and growing from there, really.
Hmm. Can you tell us a little bit about what the craft is? Like I've seen The Secret. I imagine maybe it's something similar to that.
So the craft, whenever you take the word witchcraft, whenever you look at the etymology of the word witchcraft, witch means to divide.
Mm.
So everyone thinks that, oh, witches are ones on brooms casting spells. Satan was the first witch because he divided Adam and Eve and what God had given them. So he was the first witch, and he has deceived so many into thinking that, oh, it's not witchcraft, or you can be a white witch or you can be a
Mhm.
good witch. No, deception is deception. You're either one or the other. You're either going to be serving God or you're going to be unknowingly or knowingly serving Satan. And
Yeah.
then the craft, when craft, it means to mold or take something, and you're crafting something. So really witchcraft means to divide and deceive. So whenever people are thinking, especially now because witchcraft has been so glamorized
Mhm.
and it's everywhere you go, it's like, and even me, when I was doing it, I was like proud. It's like, oh, I'm the white witch, I'm the white
Yep.
witch. You're unknowingly serving Satan, whether you think that you are or not. And people say, well, that's not my intentions. He doesn't care about your intentions.
Yeah,
He
it
cares
doesn't
that
matter.
Yes, he's using you to deceive others. You're just a pawn to him. He doesn't actually care what your intentions are, because the road to hell is paved with good intentions.